Hey everybody, it's David Bott here from Outside Our Bubble, and today I'm coming to you to talk about the Winegard ConnecT V2. The V2. See what I did there? V2. Okay. So hey, listen. The Winegard ConnecT V2 is just like other devices that you're going to want to add to your motor coach, be it this or something else. You want a way to protect yourself from an RV park's Wi-Fi system that everybody else is on. But more importantly, these devices allow you to get a better connection to the RV park Wi-Fi system. Now, what I mean by that is, if you have your notebook computer and it's inside the motorhome or your tablet or your phone or whatever, and you're connecting to the park's Wi-Fi, it might be down the road quite a bit for all you know, because you don't know where you're going to park. Well, if you have a Winegard ConnecT V2 or some other device that brings the Wi-Fi signal in up on your roof, you're going to have a much better chance of a good connection, keeping a stable connection, a nice strong signal, which gives you the best chance of the best possible speeds. So that is why you want something like the ConnecT Winegard V2 on your motor coach or RV. So it's not only does it offer you the best chance of connection, but it also it gives you protection, like I mentioned earlier, from the public side of it, the RV park side of it, and then your device is over here. And that protection comes in the form of putting a firewall or putting you on a different network than the park itself. So like the park will be very, over here you got all this stuff going on and everybody's on this network and you don't know who's on that network. But over here is your devices, and you don't want any of this to get over here to talk to your devices directly and maybe have a problem. So bad, good. So that's why you also want one of these things. So in any case, the Winegard V2 ConnecT is a device that allows you to do this. Now I'm going to go over some quickly of what this thing is and some of real quickly kind of thing, and talk about the Winegard ConnecT V2 because I've been working with Winegard on this, and I've had it's just, something that is, okay. Any case, hey, listen, I know this product has been out a long time and everybody in the freaking RV world has done a review on it and talked about it, blah, blah, blah. As you know, I'm different. I don't do that. I don't do this for a living. I do this to help others, and I don't talk about products I wouldn't use personally or do use. So, even though I've had this unit in my hands since January, I have not talked about it until now. And those of you who are at Quartzsite know I got one in January because Winegard sent it to me directly out there at Quartzsite, so I can show it. And just so you're aware, Winegard did send me this unit. I did not pay for this unit. One of the reasons is because I literally am talking with them in regards to firmware and giving them feedback about the product. Not that they don't listen to anybody else. They listen to a lot of people. That's one of the great things about Winegard, is they're a company that actually listens to feedback. And in today's social world, that is very important for a company to do. So, kudos to Winegard for working with the public on trying to make their firmware and their products better. So with that said, I have not talked about this because I've been waiting for development to take place more along the lines of what I would use if I was to use their product. Before this, I'd probably, while it worked, it didn't have some features that I would want it to have. And in any case, that's why I waited until now. So now you know. Hey, but here I am. So let me get right to it. Would I use and recommend the product? Well, you already know the answer to that because I wouldn't be doing a video unless I would. So if you were on the fence about buying a Winegard V2, either the Wi-Fi only version or the mobile cellular version, think about it no more. I would use it, so you're pretty much safe. Cool. So with that said, there's a couple things you need to know. It does, like I just said, it does come in two different versions, and the one that has the mobile data comes at quite a hit in price. Now, the reason for that is because it'll accept Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T. They have their own data plans, by the way. You can also purchase Winegard data plans. They're not cheap like most data plans, but if you need it in a pinch, you can get it. So in any case, and then you also don't have, if you use the SIM card directly in the device, in the V2, then you don't have a second Wi-Fi hop. which will be very important, and we're about to talk about in a few minutes here why I explained to you about where some other reviewers have bitched about the data speed throughput. I'm going to show you why that not necessarily is something you have to worry about. So, without further ado, let's go to the interface. So here we are. You can see I am connected to my Winegard test unit right here, and I am logging in, and I haven't even changed the default password or anything because it's sitting up on my roof right now with the cable running off the side of the coach because it's not really installed. So in any case, here it is here, and I'm just going to log into it real quick. Now, one of my pet peeves about the Winegard is this interface. It's 1980 interface. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. It works just fine, except to me, it's very clunky and it just doesn't give a good feel. That's the only way I can describe it. It doesn't give a good feel. But that doesn't mean it's not a workable unit. It is. So, really simply, it tells you right here what you're currently connected to as far as what you're using for internet access, and I'm connected to the Southwoods management system. We are currently in Southwoods RV Resort. I control the network here. I built it and I control it, and so I'm on the management network, which gives me unlimited speed. I don't have any caps put on me at all in the park. And this is the part where I told you I'm going to prove to you about something. Well, this is part of it. Any case, it tells me what my Wi-Fi signal is and my 4G signal is if I wanted to use the mobile data. Now, be aware, the mobile data, like I said, it's Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. You can put your SIM card in there, but please, 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 please be aware that that SIM card has to be a mobile data plan SIM card, a SIM card that would normally go into a jetpack. The reason is because you don't want to take the SIM card out of your phone or something and plug it into this because it might not be a mobile plan. There is a difference. And they might deactivate the SIM card on you because they can tell what that SIM card is plugged into. So just a heads up on that. We're not going to get into the data in regards to mobile. I'm just going to talk about the Wi-Fi end of this right now. And so any case, as you can see, I'm on the management network. I'm going to jump over here real quick. Oh, this is the interface. There's not much to it. It really is. This is it. I mean, this is it. And I don't like the workflow on some of it because you have to always go back to go forward. Anyways, you'll see. So, let me go over here to the speed test real quick. And I'm going to clear this out so we can get back to normal. And I'm going to select the server that I always am familiar with because I know the speeds I would expect to get. And that's important to know because speeds will fluctuate depending on what server you're connected to. And I'm going to run a speed test here. Now, while the speed test is running, let me make you aware of something. That if I was to connect this MacBook Pro directly to the Southwoods access point over there, directly, so connect right to Southwoods management, I would get about 42 to 43 megabits per second. Yes, that fast. However, as you can see, I'm only getting 21 here. The reason for that is because my notebook is going from here to the Winegard V2, from the Winegard V2 to Southwoods AP. And because of that extra Wi-Fi hop, you're going to lose 50%, up to 50% of your data speed. It's just going to go away. And because that's just the physics of radios. I mean, you can only transmit and receive one at a time. So you do have MIML, multi-in, multi-out, and stuff like that. But in this particular case, you're not going to be involved in any of that. So you're actually a hop. And you lose 50% of your data. Why is that not a major concern? Why am I not screaming, "Oh my God, Winegard, what are you doing? Why are you killing our speeds?" Well, once again, they're not doing it. It's a function of how radios and Wi-Fi operate, radios in general. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over and show you why it may not be that much of a big deal. So I'm going to go and scan for Wi-Fi. So just pretend we just pulled into a Wi-Fi park. This is what you're going to do. You're going to connect to the Winegard. You're going to go to 10.11.12.1. You're going to log in. You're going to click on scan. It's going to scan, and it's going to bring up what it finds right now. Come on. There you go. Okay, so in this case, I'm now going to get off of management, and I'm going to go to Wi-Fi, which is the guest network. Now, so I click continue. It asks me for the password, so I make sure I get the right password in there, and I connect. Now, what it's going to do right now, because it's a one radio system, be aware of what's going to happen here. We're literally going to drop the connection. See this here? I'm connected to the Winegard. Well, since it has to update the radio connection and what it's talking to, it physically has to reset the radio. And in doing so, we're going to get dropped off that radio. So you'll see in a second right there, we're gone. The radio is now resetting, and my notebook would automatically connect to the last network it had before that. So in this case, it's connecting back to my coach network. Now that's important to note because all your devices that were connected to the Winegard are doing the same thing right now. So you're going to want to make sure after you make a new connection that you go back to the Winegard, you go back to your network on the Winegard ConnecT V2, which I just did, and you'll see that I'm connected to it. And then this will now update and show me that we're connected to the guest network, which it should do anytime now. Seriously, it should do it now. Come on, don't waste my time. Click on over. Move. Okay, so anyways, you see when we're connected to the guest Wi-Fi now. So, remember the speed test? 21? And remember I mentioned that we lost half our speed? Well, this is why it's maybe not important. On this network and on many park Wi-Fi networks, well, most park Wi-Fi networks, you're not going to get that speed anyways. It's just not going to be there. But the big thing is also, they're going to cap you. And here, we cap you at 10 megabits per second. 10 megabits down, 5 megabits up. So, with that in mind, if I run the same speed test again on the same server and everything, you'll see that I'm only going to get a maximum of 10. So that 20, that half speed, doesn't make a difference because the park is going to possibly limit you anyways, or the park is going to be so poorly done anyways that you're not going to get the speed that you would get anyways. So as you can see, there's my 10, and there'll probably be up to my 5 here coming up here, which is exactly what I have the park set for, and is exactly why the reason, don't listen to people yelling about, you're losing half the speed. Yes, you're losing it because of a reason, but that reason, it might not be such a big deal. And this shows you that. I know the park is set up for 10 megabits and 5 megabits, and that's exactly what I'm getting. So that loss of 50% speed makes zero difference to me. Now, if I was to connect it to a jetpack, so if I was to scan for Wi-Fi and connect to my jetpack versus the park, my jetpack doesn't have the speed limitations. I'm not capped, except if Verizon or whoever is capping you at speed. So that may have an issue with you there, and that's why if you put the mobile SIM card right into the V2, you will not have that issue. So that's the pros and cons of spending the money or not spending the money on the V2 with mobile cellular and without. It's all up to you. That's about it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a rudimentary interface. It does work. They're listening to consumer feedback. They're improving the firmware. They are at a point now in the firmware where I will actually start using the device. So I thought, okay, so since I will personally use their device now, or I would use it, or it's something I can finally talk about and let you guys know about, because that's what I do. So if I don't use it, I don't talk about it. So I'm talking about it, which means I use it and I would recommend it. So if you've been on the fence about the Winegard ConnecT V2, don't be on the fence anymore. It's the best part about the Winegard ConnecT, be it the mobile version or the Wi-Fi only version. It's a one-wire install. That's why I'm not doing an install video. There's no need to. Not to mention, I don't do install videos unless it can pertain to every coach, and you can't do that. Unless you have my coach, where I put a hole might not be the same place you would put a hole. So, any case, it's a one-wire install. Get 12 volts to it, you're done. 4 screws, die core, connect it, off you go. And by the way, since it's up on the roof, you got a really good signal outside too. So you don't have to go through a lot of the roof to get Wi-Fi in here. So it's not going to hinder you that much being up on the roof. But you're going to gain a benefit of when you go outside, you'll be able to stay connected to your motorhome or RV further away and have a better signal outside than you would if this system was inside the coach. Get it? Good. Hope that makes sense. So in any case, I'm Dave Bott. This is the quick talk on the Winegard ConnecT V2 and some myths and some debunks or whatever. and I'm finally happy that I wanted to finally do a video on it, and I did. And now I'm just like everybody else in the freaking world who talked about the product. But at least I had a reason for not talking about the product. I'm Dave Bott from OutsiderBubble.com. Hey, if you like what we do, please click subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, also click the little bell thing. If you click the little bell thing, even if you're already subscribed, whenever we upload a new video or go live, which we do, then you'll get an alert that a video has been uploaded or we're currently live. So click the little bell thing if you're subscribed. And if you click the thumbs up, that helps us too in our rankings, so we can get pulled up a lot easier with Google. So in any case, that's about it. Dave Bott, OutsiderBubble.com. We'll see you on the road. As long as you're connected, that is. Bye. Ha, just like everyone else. Who am I kidding?